Hello, everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the Canva tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 2, and here I'll be explaining you guys about the editor panel in Canva. Okay, so in last class I have showed you guys about the home page and what all you guys can do, what are the options in our home page, what all templates will get, theme templates, the difference between Canva Pro version and also the free version. Okay, and I have also shown you at the last that how our workspace basically looks. Okay, so here we'll be learning about what all options do I have in my editor panel. Okay, you can also call it the workspace or the interface or the toolbar panel. So it depends on you basically. So here we'll be learn what all options we'll get, how to get access to all the tools, how to use all of those into our design and many more. So let's not waste time and let's get started with this particular chapter. So here, as you guys can see, I'm in the home page of Canva. Okay. So from here, basically, I have showed you guys how you can actually create a design. So you need to come to this particular option from here. And what I'm going to do is I will just customize the size of my design page. Okay, so I will take 1200 in 1200 and I want it in pixels. Okay, you can also take it in inches or millimeters or centimeters. Okay, and I'll just click this one, and the suggested is it is a LinkedIn post. Okay, so this particular size is used for a LinkedIn post, so it is showing me like that, and I can also use it in different other places as well. Okay, so it is not that if it's showing a LinkedIn post I do have to post in LinkedIn only. Okay, you guys can use it in any other places as well. So from here, I'll be creating a new design. So once I click, I'll be redirected to my editor panel. So here you guys can see I do have my editor panel here. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I do have the editor panel. So here in this particular class, I'll be explaining you guys each and everything about this panel, that once you start working on this particular panel here, you guys do have idea about each and every tool available, each and every features available as well. Okay, so now let's come here. Let's start with this top frame, okay, the top options, what all we have. Then we'll move on to this, and then I'll be explaining you guys inside this one, what all options do I have, okay? So let's first start with this file option right here, okay? So if I click on this file option, here you can see I do have the option if I want to rename this one, okay? So I will just rename this one as editor panel, and I'll just keep it like this. And again, go to the file option. I just need to click on enter. So I'll write editor panel and I'll click enter. And here you can see this particular file is being saved in the name of editor panel. And here you can basically see the size as well. And after that, if you want to create a new design, again, so from here, you guys can basically create a new design. Okay. So here you guys can see all of these options from here. And just beside that, you guys can see the size as well. Suppose I want to create another file here. Okay. So if I want to create another file, it will be created just beside my this panel, which was opened from before, but I'll just delete this one because I don't need it right now. And after that comes the import file option. Okay, so if you do have any kind of design, any image or logo or any kind of template which you want to import, in that case you guys can import it from here. So from here, if you just click on choose files, it will redirect you to your PC or computer, and from there you guys can basically download that file. Okay. And after that, the next option is view settings. Okay. So in view settings, you guys can see I do have four options. Okay. So what is rulers and guides basically? So rulers and guides that on these particular sites, okay, on top I'll do have my rulers and also I'll have the guides as well. So if I just click on this one, from here you guys can see I do have a ruler over here. And from here, I can basically see or check the size if I'm making any kind of design. In that case, if I do have a requirement that I need to do it in this particular size, then for that, it is quite helpful. And also to maintain, so this is how I can actually use the grids. Okay. And again, if I come here, view settings, I want to add guides as well. So here you guys can see I do have different type of guides. So from here also I can choose how many columns do I need. Here it's selected 6, 12. And now if I select 6, here you can see I do have 6 columns here. And if I want to divide it into 3 into 3, so here you guys can see. So now on top, if I want to make any kind of design, so it's quite easy for me to understand the proportion. Okay. So it will just help me to keep my logo or any kind of design in perfect size and it will help me to do so. Okay. And in that case, if you are familiar with any other type of grid and guide while doing your design, you guys can come to this option from here and you guys can add from here. Suppose you want 6 columns or 12 columns, and in each one you want a gap of 10 pixels. And after that, you don't want any margin. And if you want to add rows as well, you guys can add rows from here as well. And the same one, the gap and also the margin, you guys can also customize your own. Okay, so I'll come here again, go to this view settings option. And if you want to see the margins, okay, you guys can click on this option. And here you guys can see uh, inside of this particular page, I do have a margin. Okay, so if I just zoom in here, you guys can see the margin. And to zoom in, you guys can click on Control and plus sign from your keyboard. And to zoom out, Control and minus sign from your keyboard. Okay. So this is one way of zooming in and zooming out. And I hope you guys have also understood this part of settings. Okay. So here now I do have another option. So this option is called the show print bleed. Okay. So what bleed basically is, like if you're trying to print any type of design, you guys will see that once I click on this, here I do have a particular lining as well here, okay, on this particular corner. So once you choose this one and once you're trying to print, your computer or the system will automatically understand that you want to print what all the contents you do have inside that particular box. Okay, so the print will be perfect in that case, and they'll also have an outer lining, okay, that it doesn't go beyond that and it prints perfectly when you're trying to print any design. So these are few of the helpful options. When we work, we will understand or get it in a better way. So I'll just turn all this off again because I don't want all of this right now. So I will just off the rulers and grid option as well. Okay. So I hope you guys have understood this one. And from here, you guys can select different type of language. Okay. So from here, you guys can choose different languages and it will show you accordingly. And after that, from here, if you want to save anything, suppose I have selected this frame, or I will come here, I will select a particular color. So I have selected this color. And here again, if I come to this file option, here I can click on this and that particular thing will be saved. Okay, so whatever work we can do, it can be saved here. And if you want to save this in any particular folder, in that case, you can click here and you can create a new folder here and save that particular item. So here you can see all your recent works. And if you want to view all the works you can view it from here. So from here, you can view all your projects which you have worked on with. And here you can see what all work has been shared with you, like you are a part of that particular work, but your client or any other team members have shared that particular work. You guys can get access to that one. Okay. So now again, if I come to the file option here, if you want to make a copy of this particular frame, you can just click here. And from here, if you click on this option here, you can see it made a copy of this particular panel. And here you can see the name as well. It is the copy of my editor panel. So this is how you can make a copy. And also right here, there is an option called duplicate page. In that duplicate page option, also you guys can click and you can duplicate this particular page from here. Okay. So here you guys can see I do have two pages in the same panel though. Okay. So this is the difference between that. If I want to duplicate a page here in this panel only, then in that case, I can click on this one. Okay. But if I want to create a copy in another panel or in another workspace, in that case, I can click on this one from our file and click on make a copy. Okay. So I'll come here, maybe I will delete this one, okay? And again, come to the file option. And from file option, if you want to download, okay? Or you can view all your downloads from here, okay? Suppose if you want to download this particular frame, okay? You do have a particular design and now you want to download. In that case, what you can do is you can select from this file type, okay? So here you can see there is JPG format. If you want your designed to be in a PNG format. You guys can download the PNG and here in PDF, SVG, if it's a video, you can select the MP4 video. Okay. If you're creating a short clip, which is a GIF, okay, so you guys can do that. So there are different types here as well. You can select the size, okay, and also as I'm using the pro version, so from here I can also select all this option. If I want my design to be in a transparent background, in that case I can select this. If I want to compress my file, I can compress, and whatever setting I'm putting right now, it I can also save that particular download setting. And once my design is done, I can click on the download option and it will be downloaded in my system. Okay. So this is that. And after that, this is also a pro feature. Okay. So here you guys can see. So this from here, basically, I can see the version history from here, basically. Okay. So this is the version history. And like I'm using this current version, what all work I have done throughout this particular project, I can view that. Okay. So if I need to do anything, suppose I need to do anything else, in that case, if I have I can check that have I done that or not. So it's quite easy to track down our work. Okay. And after that, if I come to this file option again, I can view all the comments. Okay. So you might be thinking, okay, who all will be commenting on my particular work? So here comes the twist where you will be able to share your particular work to your client or to your mentor, to your teacher. Okay. So in that case, you can actually click on this one. And here you can see there are two options, resolve and unresolved. Okay. Suppose your client have messaged you, you have sent them a particular work, you have sent them the link. I'll also show you guys just after some time how you can send a link, how you can send your work. Okay. So in this two option, suppose they have messaged that, okay, in your particular design, I don't like the color or the font size. Okay. You change the color of the font and also the font size. In that case, it will be an unresolved thing. But once you have done that particular work, or once you have done or changed the particular color or that particular font, in that case, you can click on that comment and you can put it in the resolve section. So you won't get confused that what all I have to do. So this is quite a good feature when you're working as a team or when you are collaborating with so many other uh, designers. Okay. And here is another option where you can find and replace text. Suppose if I do have a text here in my panel, suppose I'll take this. Maybe if I add or apply all for pages. Okay, so here you guys can basically see I do have this one. And now if I come to the file option and find and replace text, and from here you guys can see I can actually check the text from here. Okay, suppose if I write episode 1. See here, once I am writing episode 1, here you can see this particular episode 1 is getting selected. Okay, so I'll just write episode 1 and I want to replace this one with hello everyone. So here you can see, uh, here I have place this one, and if I just replace it now, here you can see I have replaced the particular text with my text from here. But basically you guys can click here and you guys can also do that. But suppose if I do have the same text in so many places at the same time, okay, so in that case, you guys can just click here. Suppose I do have episode 1 here and I want to change all the episode ones which I do have in my design, and then I can click on replace all, and all the places where they have written the episode 1, all those will be changed. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood this one as well, and I will just delete this. So I'll just delete this one. So I've deleted this one. Okay. So this is one use of that. And after again, if I come to this one, this is again the help option. If you face any kind of problem or any issues regarding this particular application, you guys can always ask question and you guys can always reach out to them if you face any difficulties while using or while designing or anything related to this particular designing application. Okay, so this is that one. I hope you guys have understood all this file option down from here. Okay. So now let's come to the resize option from here. Okay. So here in the resize option, here you can see I will have different options from here. So basically from here, I can actually customize the size. Okay. And you will be able to do only this one if you do have a pro version. So from here now I can basically change the width and also the height from here. Okay, suppose I'll take 1000 and I will just resize this one, or I'll copy and resize. Okay, so here you guys can see I have resized my particular panel, and now it will be opened in a new window or in a new workspace here. Okay, so it might take some time as well. Okay, but see here the editor panel right now, it's quite different compared to the other. But here in this panel, you guys can see this is also being changed. Okay, so this is how we can basically resize from here. This is the editor panel. Here you can see the changes. So this is how you guys can actually resize. And this option is the undo option, and this is the redo option from here. Okay, so this is the undo and redo. You guys can always use the shortcut keys as well. Okay, so you guys already know what is the shortcut of redo and undo. And here, if you have saved all the changes, okay, it will be saved in your cloud. So here you guys can basically see all the people who you have access with. Okay, so to this particular project, which I'm doing right now, if I want to add access to any of them, I can just write their email. Suppose if I just write their email and I can just send them this particular email from here that they can be joined in this particular section. Okay, so insights. Okay, so insights is basically if you have saved this particular work and also shared this particular design to other teammates as well. From here, you guys can check who all viewed your project and how often did they actually view your project. You guys can see that as well. Okay. And if you come to the engagement, Okay, so from here, as you can see here, also you guys can see how many times they have clicked your link and how many times, like what is the time duration that they have viewed your profile. And from here, basically, you guys can create a link for your blog post, or if for your business lead, you guys can create a link. So these are a few options. And suppose you do have a mentor for yourself, for your design. Okay, you guys can directly click on this send to teacher. Then it will be redirected to your particular tutor. You can just select a particular teacher from here. Okay, and you can send them a message. So from here, you guys can basically do that, and it will be saved in your panel. In first class, I've showed you where if you send any work or any kind of design to your teacher, where it will be saved. Okay. Next comes the share option. Okay. So if you go to the share option, here you guys can see if you're add with any people already, or if you are in a group of people, or if you have added any class. In that case, you guys can just type their name and they'll appear here, and you can actually give them the access. Okay, or a particular link will directly go to their PC or into their system that they can access your design and view it. And after that, this is the collaboration link. Okay, so now if I come here and if I click on anyone with the link, so from here I can also set if anyone is able to enter it with my link. Will they be able to edit, or will be able to comment, or only they can view? Okay, so if you're sending the final product to your client, in that case only view is perfect. But if you want your mentor, then they can also comment. Okay, if you want the view from your mentor, like how my design looks, in that case you can send this, or you can actually send a copy to your client as well, like not the final copy, just to show them if they do have any kind of issues regarding any kind of color or any kind of fonts. In that case, you guys can send them this one where they can add a comment. If you guys need to change anything, you guys can see that comment from them, and you guys can edit that particular part. And you will use the edit option when you are collaborating with any other designers at the same time. Okay, so with this particular thing, they will also be able to work in Canva. So once you send them this particular link, once they click on this link, they'll just end up in this particular workspace. So from that workspace, they can also start editing your work. Okay, so this is how you can actually work. And if you click here, link will be generated. Okay, and you guys can copy that one. So here you can see if you want to download, here is the download option again. If you want to directly share it on social media, here you can see in what you want to share. If you want to share it in your Facebook, Instagram, or if you want to use it in your Facebook story or in a LinkedIn profile, you guys can do that as well. And here are more options. Okay, if you want to like uh, copy it to your clipboard, or if you want to send it to your phone, if you want to share a link just to watch, if you want to create a prototype, you guys can do that. So in shared, they do have different option. Okay, so if you want to save it directly to a Google Drive, or if you want to open it in a Microsoft PowerPoint, you guys can also do that. Okay, you can also message to Snapchat from here. Okay, so there are different options which you guys can come and actually look for yourself, which are quite useful and depends on work wise. Okay. So I hope you guys have understood this particular panel. Okay. So here in this class, I have explained you guys about the top panel. In next class, I'll be telling you guys about this side panel and also all these options which I do have here in my workspace. Okay. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone. Hope to see you all in the next tutorial.